Hey, welcome to CXD, the podcast from Engine Service Design, where we're sharing what you need to know to design exceptional services and experiences. On the show, we share tools, strategies, and inspiring lessons from our practice and clients to help you blend technology, people, and environments to deliver remarkable experiences people will love. I'm Oliver King, one of the co-founders and a managing partner at Engine, and I'm looking forward to exploring today the concept of a customer experience vision. And over the next few episodes, we'll get into how to create one and how to use it effectively. Okay, so when you set out to design a service or an experience, there are lots of different elements that ultimately need to be designed. These could include physical touchpoints, digital products, roles that people will play, but also operational systems, policies, service level agreements with partners. There's a lot to design, right? And lots of ways that things could actually go together and work together to deliver the seamless experience your customers would want. So before you head out on this journey, it's important to be really clear about what you're actually trying to create. It's just the same as if you're about to build a house. You need to have drawn everything out, showed what the spaces were like, how they work, what the materials might be, and what the building will feel like to live or work in. You'll also need to have specified things to such an extent so you get a good idea of what it'll cost and how long it'll actually take to build. So you can arrange finance and get whoever you need to get on board to go ahead with the project. Of course, doing all these things isn't a small job. So right at the start, before all the heavy lifting begins, you need to share a vision for what you're trying to achieve. Now, for an architect or a developer, this is usually in the form of a set of drawings, which will include artist impressions or renderings of the space. These things excite people. They show the brief for the building has really been understood and they can imagine how it will all work. When you're designing a service, you actually face the same situation. You need to get people on board with the idea. You need to quickly communicate the direction you're going in and give them confidence that the insights that triggered the project, the drivers behind it, and the strategic objectives it needs to meet are understood and are likely to be met. In service design, we call this a customer experience vision, and it's developed and approved at the end of the discovery phase of the project, where you've researched customers, understood their world, the operational constraints, the competitive landscape of the client, and understood the value drivers for design, what customers and the business will value in that solution. The customer experience vision sets out the big idea at the heart of the service, the design principles it should follow, and tactics that will spark innovation across the ecosystem of elements that I described earlier, the touch points, the digital products, the service roles, the policies, etc. The customer experience vision, or as we call it, the vision wheel, is probably the most important and influential framework that gets developed in Engine's projects. And over the next few episodes, as I mentioned, I want to explain a bit more about it, how to create one, and how it looks. So when you talk about visions in a business sense, people usually think in the taxonomy of vision, mission, values, terms used in businesses to describe and articulate an organization's purpose, its goals and principles. eBay's business vision is to promote a global trading platform where practically anyone can trade practically anything. Well, that's pretty clear, right? And you probably guessed who it belonged to if you'd heard it. Here's another one, though. Try and guess who this is for. So it's this. To inspire and nurture the human spirit, one person, one cup, and one neighborhood at a time. Any ideas? Starbucks. I bet the one cup gave it away. And Apple's is to make the best products on Earth and leave the world better than we found it. Now, I love the idea that they distinguish Earth from the rest of the universe, and they clearly have a plan. But none of these visions would really help you design a service, let alone one that felt like it came from a specific brand. They wouldn't help you to craft an experience that felt consistent across channels and touch points, or one that emphasized specific characteristics that would make the experience more valuable to you as a customer, or for that matter, as a business either. They wouldn't help you be more innovative or give you a basis to perhaps reject features which were being imposed on the service that weren't really necessary. But that's what a customer experience vision or a vision wheel actually does. In the description of this podcast, there's a link to a document called Vision Wheel Template. And if you can, go and download it now, because it'll make what I'm about to talk about and describe in terms of vision wheel much easier to understand. Now, a vision wheel is usually described as a circular diagram. And at its center, at the hub of the wheel, is a carefully crafted statement that encapsulates the ambition of the experience, the big idea, if you will, the hook, the strapline for it. For one of our quad play clients, a quad play means a business that provides phones, TV, and fixed mobile internet services. Their big idea at the center of their vision wheel was this: creating happy digital homes. Now, let me explain a bit more about what led to this. Research during the discovery phase had identified 4 big insights. Firstly, that people often became their customers having had a really unsatisfactory experience with a previous provider. Their customers had been hurt or were wary of getting stung again. Secondly, that the service, as customers saw it, wasn't transactional. It was a vital part of customers' lives. Broadband and TV services are essential these days, and people have strong emotional expectations associated with them. Thirdly, the customer's happiness often depends on the quality and reliability of digital home services. So, putting it plainly, if the broadband is down, then people are cut off from entertainment, resources for work or study, and ways to connect with friends and family, which made them unhappy. Connectivity in the home was absolutely critical. And finally, a practical aspect in that not only was happiness sought through digital connectivity, but value for money was sought too. And therefore, people wanted to lean towards providers that they perceived as offering that. So this big idea of creating a happy digital home encapsulated the idea that if they could design a service and experience as a counterpoint to previous disappointments from previous providers, one that acknowledged that they understood the emotional importance of the service they provided to homes and families and how that led to happiness, whilst also being great value for money, then they'd be able to deliver an experience that improved people's lives and made their homes places of contentment and satisfaction. A happy home, a happy digital home. So that's an example of a big idea at the heart of a vision wheel, a statement crafted from insight that describes the outcome of the service you want to design. The next ring in the diagram defines how you deliver the idea through a set of principles. Now, there are usually 4 to 5 of these, and more than that, we find you probably haven't challenged yourself enough. And they're there to answer the question, how? How do you deliver the big idea through the service? We frame these principles as a feeling we want to evoke in a customer and a promise we want to make to ensure we do. So in terms of creating happy digital homes, one promise is that we want customers to feel relaxed. Relaxed helps with happiness, and to do this, we promise to make things easy. Now, framing principles as feelings and promises is a very powerful because it taps into an inherent human perspective that we can all relate to. We all understand what it means to relax, what in this context might relax us, and what might not. So when designers and developers get into more detail, they have a powerful empathic prompt to use to check their thinking. And as a double check, we have the promise to make things easy. Again, we can tap into that. But if not, the vision wheel goes further because at the outer layer, we have the tactics that relate to each principle, ways to specifically deliver the promise and the feeling. In this case, making someone feel relaxed by making things easy could be achieved through reducing customers' effort by doing more things on their behalf. Perhaps, automatic refunds on service outages. By using their language, adapting how we speak and cutting out jargon would help, or keeping things straightforward by removing steps or hiding away any complexity they don't need to be aware of. With our quad play client, relaxed, and we make things easy, was just one principle. And we had 5 in total. Now, I'm going to go through those with you. And when you hear them, think of whether you feel they'd lead to creating a happy digital home. So we had supported. We always have your back, which emphasized the idea of a supportive and caring relationship. We had in control. We give you certainty, which builds on the idea of support and ease. We had understood. We see things from your perspective, emphasizing how we empathize with our customers' needs and preferences. And we had confident. We're ahead of you every step of the way, emphasizing that we're going to constantly work to improve the experience. Our client's business vision was dry and not experientially distinct. It's this: to be the leading value for money provider in the market, offering affordable, reliable, simple, and fair telecom services for all. Pretty straightforward. But as I said, not experientially distinct. In contrast, their customer experience vision was creating happy digital homes, which is much more effective in creating award-winning services. Okay, so I hope this has helped explain the difference between business visions and customer experience visions and how they're constructed as vision wheels. In the next episode, we're going to explore how to create them. Now, as ever, if you can't wait, please click on links in the description, get some resources, or get in touch. And don't forget to follow and share CXD on your channels. Okay, until next time, all the best.